The hockey world woke up to heartbreaking news today. Fans, teammates, and commentators across North America are mourning the loss of a beloved figure in the sport. Troy Murray, a respected Canadian ice hockey player, Stanley Cup champion, and longtime broadcaster, has passed away at the age of 63. For decades, Troy Murray was more than just a player. He was a leader on the ice, a trusted voice in the broadcast booth, and a man who built deep connections with fans everywhere. From his early days skating on frozen ponds in Canada to lifting the Stanley Cup and later becoming a familiar voice for Chicago hockey fans, his life was a story of passion, perseverance, and dedication to the game he loved. Tonight, we take a journey through the life of Troy Murray, his childhood, his legendary NHL career, his family life, his battle with illness, and the legacy he leaves behind. This is the full story of a man who gave everything to the game of hockey. Troy Norman Murray was born on July 31st, 1962, in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Growing up in Canada meant hockey was everywhere. Frozen ponds in the winter, backyard rinks, neighborhood kids dreaming of the NHL. For young Troy Murray, hockey quickly became more than just a pastime. It became his passion. But his childhood was not only spent in Calgary. His family later moved to Street Albert, Alberta, where he continued developing his love for the sport. Friends and coaches noticed something special about him early on. He was disciplined, focused, and incredibly competitive. While many kids enjoy the game casually, Troy Murray approached hockey with a serious mindset even at a young age. He studied the game. He practiced constantly, and slowly, people began to realize this young Canadian kid might one day play at the highest level. As a teenager, Troy Murray began playing competitive junior hockey. He joined the Street Albert Saints in the Alberta Junior Hockey League. Here, he started building the foundation of his future professional career. On the ice, Murray stood out. He was not just talented offensively, he was also responsible defensively, something that would later define his reputation in the NHL. Coaches loved his two-way play. He could score, but he could also shut down the opponent's best players. This rare combination made him extremely valuable. Soon, bigger opportunities came calling. Troy Murray's next major step was college hockey in the United States. He joined the University of North Dakota, one of the most respected programs in college hockey. At North Dakota, Murray quickly became one of the team's most important players. His leadership and skill helped the team achieve incredible success. During his time there, he helped the university win the NCAA National Championship in 1982. Winning that championship put Troy Murray firmly on the radar of NHL scouts. Teams were impressed not only by his skill, but by his intelligence on the ice. He played the game the right way, and that made him a perfect fit for professional hockey. The dream became real when Troy Murray was selected in the 1980 NHL entry draft. He was drafted by the Chicago Blackhawks in the third round. For a young Canadian kid who grew up dreaming about the NHL, this was a life-changing moment. Draft day meant everything he had worked for was finally paying off. But the journey was just beginning. Because making it to the NHL is one thing. Staying there and becoming great is something else entirely. Troy Murray made his NHL debut during the 1982 season with the Chicago Blackhawks. Over time, he became known as one of the most reliable two-way centers in the league. One of the greatest seasons of his career came during the 1986 NHL season. That year, Troy Murray recorded 99 points and delivered incredible defensive performances. Because of this elite two-way play, he won the Frank J. Selke Trophy, awarded to the NHL's best defensive forward. Throughout his career, Troy Murray played for several NHL teams, including Chicago Blackhawks, Winnipeg Jets, Ottawa Senators, Pittsburgh Penguins, Colorado Avalanche. One of the biggest moments of Troy Murray's career came in 1996. That year, he won the Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche. For any hockey player, lifting the Stanley Cup is the ultimate dream. For Troy Murray, it represented years of hard work and dedication finally paying off. After 15 seasons in the NHL, Troy Murray retired from professional hockey in 1997, but he never truly left the game. Soon after retiring, Troy Murray joined the Chicago Blackhawks broadcast team as a color analyst. For more than 2 decades, fans heard his voice breaking down plays and explaining the game with incredible insight. He became one of the most respected hockey broadcasters in Chicago. Away from the ice, Troy Murray was known as a humble and family-oriented man. He valued time with loved ones and stayed connected with the hockey community. Friends and colleagues often described him as kind, supportive, and incredibly genuine. Despite his success in the NHL, Troy Murray remained grounded throughout his life. During his NHL career and broadcasting years, Troy Murray built a comfortable financial life. His estimated net worth was believed to be several $million. His income came from NHL contract, broadcasting work, media appearances. Even with success, Troy Murray lived a modest and balanced lifestyle. His priorities were family, hockey, and community. In August 2021, Troy Murray revealed that he had been diagnosed with cancer. The news shocked hockey fans everywhere, but Troy Murray faced the illness with courage and determination. He continued working and staying connected with hockey even during treatment. Unfortunately, after a long and difficult battle with the disease, the heartbreaking news arrived. On March 7th, 2026, Troy Murray passed away at the age of 63 following his battle with cancer. The hockey world immediately began sharing tributes and memories honoring his life. The story of Troy Murray is not only about goals, assists, or championships. It is about dedication. It is about perseverance. And it is about the love of a sport that connects millions of people around the world. From the frozen ponds of Alberta to the arenas of the National Hockey League, to the broadcast booth in Chicago, Troy Murray spent his entire life connected to hockey. And through that journey, he left an unforgettable mark on the sport. Young players will continue to learn from the example he set. Fans will continue remembering the excitement he helped create. And the hockey world will always recognize the contributions he made to the game. As we say goodbye to Troy Murray, we remember more than just a hockey player. We remember a teammate, a broadcaster, a mentor, and a man who dedicated his life to the sport he loved. His journey reminds us that true greatness is not only measured by trophies or statistics, it is measured by character, by the way someone treats others, and by the legacy they leave behind. Though Troy Murray's voice may no longer echo through the arenas and broadcasts of hockey games, his influence will always remain part of the sport. Every time the puck drops, every time fans gather to watch the game they love, and every time a young player dreams of reaching the NHL, the spirit of Troy Murray will still be there. Rest in peace, Troy Murray. Your legacy will live on forever in the world of hockey.